Hello everyone, welcome to SRP classes. Today is 2nd October, Gandhi Jayanti. On this special occasion, let's have a debate competition and your topic is offline versus online education system, which is more effective. This is your topic and you will be allowed to have 3 to 5 minutes for your debate, and let's start the debate competition. Good luck.
विद्या जैसा कोई अस्त्र नहीं, विद्या जैसा कोई मित्र नहीं, जिसके पास है बलवान वही, कैसे प्राप्त करें वो जरूरी नहीं. A very good morning to all the jury members and my fellow competitors present over here. This is Aisham Pradhan standing in front of you to put forth some of my views. Is the actual study pattern matters? Is the offline education, the online education actually matters? What are the criteria we have to follow and we have been following? So first comes online education and offline education. From the past few years, we have been adapting to those online education theories and we are getting separated from those offline education. But I prefer offline education. In the span of 5 years, only 20.2 lakh students are in offline educations. And that number in online education is been increasing day by day. Still 56% is in offline and still 44% around is in offline, is in online. This is how our criteria are. But we have to discuss what offline education gives us and what online education gives us. Offline education gives us discipline. That's the main criteria one student have to follow when they are going to study in a certain institute, by a certain app or by certain criteria. But in offline education, we are getting the interaction which is necessary from a student to a teacher. We are getting the time to deal. We are getting the scope to have a mentor who can give us every proper aspect of a study pattern in a proper manner. But in online, the cons are more than the pros. What the online are not giving to us: first, not the technical accessibility. No one of in India have the total proper accessibility to internet or to a phone. Second, the distraction is one of the finest element for a student to get away from studies. When we have an Android device, we have that capability, we are that much smart to go for a certain criteria where we can get distracted. Then the most important part, the third point, whether we are getting the proper education or not. When we take a subscription of a channel of a institute by online method, we have only the access by the teacher to say something like, we are giving you this and you have to go for that only. The student have no rights to say or no rights to say all of his criteria doubt in one single short of video. That's what the cons are. But in offline education, we are getting a specified mentor, a specified teacher, and the technology is being accessible to every and each of the institute present over here. That is impossible that one teacher can't place a video call, can't give a video, or can't give a PDF format file to a student who is not getting access to a class or even missed. That's what we are getting nowadays in this 21st century. We have that much accessibility, that much potential in offline class as well, that we can go for this following criteria rather than online. Yes, many have said that online classes have this criteria, online classes have those criteria. But have you ever thought why all are not preferring online classes on the first position rather to offlines? Why? Because everybody knows, every parent knows, doesn't matter if they are liberal or conservative, they know that offline education gives a proper quality education to a student. We are in India, 1.5 billion population, and we are technologically damn strong. But our ancestors said Gurukul. Why Gurukul? Why still the Gurukul activities is being practiced till now? Because it has the proper accessibility to a student, to a teacher, and their potential knowledge or not. In a class, we can see if that proper student is improving or not, if he is steady or not, or having any following flaws. That's why we should follow the offline criteria for our following benefits and other motivational thoughts. And a teacher in offline can say what to do, what to not. So as we are the future citizens of India, as we are going to build something, we have to do it by ourselves only. So that is my conclusion to conclude that we can prefer offline rather than online, but be attentive, be disciplined, and we can do whatever we want by something else. Thank you and have a nice day.
Like oxygen is the need to live, education is the need to survive. With this, I, Tanishka, suspending you all a very warm and energetic morning in this dilemmatic topic of online or offline education, which is the beta mode. I would like to go in the favor of offline mode of education. Before I go to the mode of educations, I would like to state what exactly education is. It isn't just about the academics. It's about the overall personality development of the individual. It's about the transfer of personality skills, character traits and skills of an individual from the teacher towards the student. Yes, a learner needs a teacher, and for the teaching one needs face-to-face interactions. In online mode of education, what exactly happens? You sit in front of your mobile phone or laptops and just listen to them. Do you ever think of interacting? Hardly. Yes, but maximum even we know that we don't interact. We have indulged into online mode of education for 2 years during this pandemic. Yes, it was a game changer, but let us not just focus on the availability but on the productivity. Did we actually get benefited by this? No. The majority of the answer lies no. If I personally say this, I just took a break of 2 years from education. But in online education, it's the ancient and still relevant still today. Even the teachers and the students both prefer offline mode of education. Here I have been standing in front of few teachers. Even I get that more than online mode of education, they would prefer offline mode of education. They like to stand in front of the masses of students and deliver their content. In offline mode of education, every student gets equal attention. A class full of students, yet everyone has the ability to interact with the teacher. And the more of the benefits counts here, as in offline education one can interact directly to the teacher at the same point of time. While someone is delivering the lecture to you and you get a doubt, what would you do in online? You would wait, you would ask the doubts in the comments, or you would wait for the next class or in the doubt clearing session. But in an offline education system, you can directly ask your doubts and get it clear as many times as you want. And then lies that extracurricular activities. As like now I am performing this debate in this offline mode of education, which would not have been possible if this was online. If I was just sitting in front of my mobile phone and attending a class for 1 or 2 hours. Extracurricular activities like club activities, lab works, these are all possible in offline. And then there lies a discipline. There lies a respect towards the teacher. When you see somebody standing in front of you and delivering a content which you are loving it, which you are learning from it, you have an inspiration towards the teacher. But in an online mode of education, we hardly focus even. We just look at the screen and we don't even bother that if we are learning or not. We just we just sit in front of the phone and keep on listening to them, and most of the times we indulge in WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitters, just one notification away from distraction. Offline modes of education provide a very few distractions. The most, if anybody wants to state, that it would be talking to your classmates. But talking to your classmates, I don't think that it would be really a distraction. It is an actual trait that you have as a student. You need to discuss, you need to interact with the teachers, and you develop a very good communication skill, which is really and really important in your future. And a very good competitive skill. When healthy competitions is a basic necessity in your future career. Though many pros and cons would be stated in favor of online and offline, I think offline would be the best mode of education possible. In offline, you have a number of benefits, and ever since a parent, a student, a teacher, everybody involved in this education system would prefer offline education rather than online. With this, I sign up. Thank you for your patient hearing. You have been a lovely audience.
A very good morning to each and everyone present over here. I am Yogashmita Mahade standing in front of you to speak about the topic online classes versus offline classes, which is a better source of education. Okay, nobody can ignore the fact that online education has taken place over these years of pandemic, after pandemic especially. People are dependent upon technologies such as computers, smartphones and internet. But offline classes are more effective than online classes in my point of view, because offline classes are the effective way to interact a student and a teacher. The student teacher interaction is very much important, what I think, because a teacher can uh, best visualize a student offline rather than online. Each and every student can get equal opportunities, equal attention through the teacher in an offline classes rather in online classes. A teacher never knows how many people are listening to him in an online classes, whereas in offline classes, a teacher can see how many students are attentive, how many students are active in their classes, and accordingly they can set their courses and they can set their schedule. In offline classes, students are more scheduled than in online classes. There is a difference between the discipline that the students get in offline classes rather in online classes, because in offline classes teacher set a rules, teacher has some rules and regulations to obey, that if the students followed by those rules and regulations, they can maintain a disciplined life, whereas in online classes they have to be self-disciplined. There is less focus, because in online classes sometimes they might get distracted by some social media apps, they might get jump off to other social media apps while taking lectures. They can miss a important lecture at that time. But in offline classes you have the same focus, you have the same attention towards the teacher, towards the speaking of the teacher, and the teacher as well can study whatever you are doing in the classes, or whether you are attentive or not. And especially in offline classes, parents can see your progress, whereas in online classes parents cannot focus on your progress that much, due to the regular meetings happenings in the offline classes. In teacher Saturdays, Sundays, we have parents teacher meeting, parents teacher interaction, which is a better way to study the progress of a student. And basically it depends upon the students whether they are more focused or less focused. If you are more focused, then you can also improve your studies through online or through offline. If you are not willing to do whatever you are doing, then no one can help you. But if you are dedicated towards your studies, towards your goals, then offline classes and online classes both are an advantage for the students. And as we know, in online classes are technically supported. If there is a technical issue or there is a network problem, we cannot let it happen. Like, online classes cannot happen in such rural areas, those who have not a proper designed internet source or connection or other devices like smartphones, laptops, desktops, etc. But in rural areas, both in rural and urban areas, if the teacher and the student is present, then the classes has to be happen there. But in some cases, students in rural areas do not have proper internet connection, so they cannot avail online classes. Ebooks are a good suggestion, but the interactions through the pages of the books with the students matters really, rather than having the studying in ebooks or other internet sources, because books provide you more knowledge. If you go through the pages of the books, there are, for kids also, there are different colors, there are different pictures that fascinate them, whereas in ebooks it cannot fascinate that much, I think. Basically, if we are focused to our goals, then we can study of both the way, in online and in offline as well. And what matters is the focus and the dedication of students. That's it. Thank you so much.
A pleasant morning to one and all present over here. I, Priyashi Vishwal, am going to share a few points about online classes and their pros. Online classes offer a great variety of teaching methods like PDFs, animations, videos, audios that makes it important, that makes it easier for students to learn, because some students offer a variety of ways to learn from themselves. Like, if a student cannot understand with verbal, then he can use videos and audios to learn better. It creates a bond that is unbreakable between teachers and students, and I think that's very great. It improves our efficiency. Like if a student is out somewhere else and he wants to attend classes, he can't, right? He has to take a leave, and it also improves attendance skills. He has to attend. He can attend online classes anywhere or everywhere he is. I think that's great because students need to learn and go with the flow, because as our earth is developing and using new methods to learn for education and stuff. I think it's great, and online classes offer a variety, and it is also affordable. Like if we go to classes, we have to buy a lot of things like school uniforms, iCards, IDs, books, and copies. Yes, it is also usable for online classes as well, but we can use e-books and methods to learn. As I think books and copies go to a waste after we use it, because what do we do with it? Yes, it can be recycled, but some people hoard books and copies in their houses. E-books can be downloaded and deleted anytime you want, and you can have thousands of books in your computer, and it wouldn't matter at all. And online classes are a great method, because when we had the pandemic time, it grew, and we were seeing a lot of attendance improvements. We were seeing a lot of teacher and student bonding, and even if anyone had a doubt, they could just call a teacher anywhere and anytime they were, and their doubt should be solved. I think it's a great importance in our livelihood, because students are now using methods to cheat and like doing disadvantages with their teachers, and it could be important as online classes include a face-to-face conversation where the students could get individual attention. If in case a parent is not happy with their students improvement, then they could even attend their students for online education, which is also important. You could attend classes anywhere, you could learn anywhere, which is important in this generation, because students also have a problem with their eyes training, and which includes screen time. So if they learn in using phones, then they won't have time to learn from other applications. Like if they're using phones or laptops for studying, then they won't really have the time to go and use the phone for more purposes for entertainment, which I think is good. They should go out and play with their friends, they should interact. And it also includes efficiency, as online classes include a variety of teaching methods. So you could have a one-on-one with your teacher, you could improve teaching skills, and I think that's great. And as our earth develops into a new method, I think we should include too. So we should leave our offline classes behind and start a new generation. Thank you.